And good morning from the Philippines. How's everybody doing out there? Hope everybody's doing well. Let's see who's in the room already. Kevin Nash. Good morning, Kevin Nash. How are you doing? Oh, hang on. Let me do something here. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. I had two programs running there at once. Uh, Kevin Nash. JLB is a dumpster fire and a gutter ball. Welcome back, JLB, the dumpster fire. James Crable, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Brewers fan. Good morning. Good morning to you, Brewers fan. Brewers fam, not fan. Fan. Mike, good morning, Mike. How you doing? No breakfast this morning? I figured you'd be up at breakfast. Hello, Mike. How you doing, Mike? Neeson. I don't know how you pronounce it. I hope I'm pronouncing it. Guys, you know I butcher names. I could look right at something and mispronounce it. I don't know if what do you call that? Some people say I have Alzheimer's. I don't know. You got to understand something too. Here in the Philippines, we were just talking about this. The vowels here, the A's and the E's and the he's and the she's, like A's are pronounced like E. E's are pronounced like A. Many times my wife will be talking about a male and say, she went to the store and I seen her at the, wait, you mean him? Yes. He's and she's always get confused here also. DJ Joe, how you doing, DJ Porak? How's everything up in Porak? Did you guys have a brownout yesterday up there, DJ? We had a brownout here. Matter of fact, I was eating breakfast and we had a brownout. 15, 20 minutes at the most, something like that. Then this morning, I'm laying in bed, and when the air conditioner shuts off or there's a noise disturbing my sleep, I always say the air conditioner puts me to sleep and the air conditioner wakes me up. I know this morning the air conditioner went off, so we had a little brownout. I don't know. It was dark. I opened my eyes, but that's a normal thing here. When you live here, you will have brownouts. You cannot get away from it. Well, you can. If you live in a place with a generator and, like a condo, or even if you install a generator in your house, there's always going to be a brownout. A lot of people that are uh, in condos and stuff, sometimes they don't even know it because the generator kicks on that quick. But you'll never get away from it here. Never. Ricky USA. Good morning, Ricky. How are you doing? Ed Lippett going to a heavy metal concert. No, guys, if you're just seeing me for the first time with my Mike Tyson and my Philly 215, go back and watch the last video I put out. I did a joke on some of my expat friends, and this was all part of the joke. No, it is not. Excuse me. No, it is not tattoo. It's henna. It's henna. But guys, check that video out. Let me see if I can put the link to that video right here so I can save you some time. There we go. Oh, there we go. Copy and paste. There you go. But yes, it was a prank I pulled on Ed, and great reactions from Hannah Grace and Bing, because They thought it was real. Reactions on the street. But yeah. uh, Good morning, Daryl. How are you doing, Daryl? Glad to see you stop by. Cliff wants to go. Craig Cliff, when am I going back to Sabang? We've talked about it. What I would like to do, and I've mentioned it to a few people, I'd like to get a group of people from this area together. You don't even have to dive just to go along. But if I can get a group of people together, and I've had a couple people already commit, where we can rent a van, one of these big vans that hold 15, 16 people. We all rent that. We all pitch in on that. We all go down to Batangas, hop on the speedboat, shoot across, go over there, Sabang area, um, and dive. And why, when I say you don't even have to dive, you don't have to. If you just want to come along for the ride, to hang out, we usually do like 2 dives a day, um, done by 12. If we do a third dive, done by 2 o'clock, just to hang out. Because there are other things in that area for people that don't dive. But we're talking about it. Like I said, I want to get a big group together and get down there. Hopefully soon. Uh-huh. We went out last night, so kind of slow this morning. That's right. You said you guys were going out. Let's see, where are we at? I get talking. Good morning, Richard Dixon. Good morning, Mr. Texas. Um, Mr. Texas, is there still no Jeeps? Is there still no Jeepney strike, Brian? There's no Jeepney strike now. Last week, yeah, they had a Jeepney strike. Not all Jeepneys participated. I walked around, did a video of it. A lot of the Jeepneys in our area, they didn't participate. And with talking to the drivers, a lot of them were like, listen, we can't afford to we can't afford to take off. We need the money. Certain areas in the Philippines did do a Jeepney strike. They're trying to phase out the old Jeepneys with the newer style Jeepneys. Will that happen? We'll see. Who knows? I haven't. I was told up in San Fernando there are the newer ones and also the older ones. A few years back when they were talking about it, I did see some newer ones here in Angeles City. Um, I don't know if they were just showcasing them and everything, but I've yet to see one of the newer ones here in this city. Time will tell. We'll see, right? We'll see. But good question. I had a 17-hour brownout a few days ago due to damaged power. Uh, Due to a power damaged power pole in Florida Blanca. Good thing I have a Jenny. Best purchase I ever here in the Philippines. Yeah. DJ, I'm sorry, but I have no desire to move up in that area where you're at. I heard brownouts all the time. Where are we at? Ah, Richard says, I'm watching you on my iPhone and on the TV. All right. I watched it. Hannah's face was priceless. Yes, it was. She didn't know. Ew. And of course, I was teasing her about going into her school and all that. And she's like, "No, no, you can't. It's inappropriate." Uh, Tim, good morning, Tim. How are you? Fake on your face. You are correct, Richard Dixon. I would never, like I said in the video, I would never do anything like that. Mike Tyson, I would never even mock you or laugh at you for putting tattoos on your face. I value my life. Um, yeah, it's crazy because when you work in the prison system, you'll have a lot of these young kids come in, and gangbangers and stuff, and they'll have tattoos all over their face, down their neck. I mean, it's crazy. I even see one dude with a tattoo in his inner lip. You know how bad that hurt. It was funny because when I worked, a lot, I wouldn't say a lot of them. Some guys would have, tattoos up their arms and stuff like that. But the ones that had lots of them, I had a buddy who had put flames on his head, right? And they would never let us guys with the tattoos work out in the visiting area. They wouldn't let us out there because they felt that the people would feel it's too intimidating. But they would hide us guys. If you didn't have a bid position, and some of the guys did have mid positions, but they would hide guys inside the jail, back gate, Sally Port, different areas, away from the view of the public. Yeah. Little Igor. Hello, little Igor. Arturo. Good morning, Arturo. How are you doing this morning? Izzy says a lot of murders happening in the Philippines. Kimberly, I don't know how you pronounce that, Hs was stabbed to death after being beaten, all on CCTV camera. It happens here, guys. It does happen. Don't get me wrong. It happens. Even politicians disappear. You know, imagine that. Imagine back in the states if politicians disappear. I know some people are going to say that would be great, right? But it happens here. It actually happens here. Um, but yes, things like that do happen here, but they don't happen like when I turn on the Philadelphia Fox News in the morning. The first half hour is nothing but homicides and this and that and crime every day, every day. But yes, it does happen here, but you don't hear about it like you do back in the States. Did you guys hear that California is giving 230, is that thousand, up to $5 million to all blacks for slaves? I heard something like that a while back. I don't know. I heard something, but that's one of those things that people have their own opinions about it. Um, I'm not gonna get into something like that or politics or something like that because then next thing you know, I'll get comments. I unsubscribe from you because you said this. I unsubscribe from you because you said that. So try to stay away from those kind of politics. Where are we at here? Richard Dixon. How is your wife and family doing? They're doing well. Lut is, where is she? I think she's out in the kitchen, right? Out in the kitchen where the women should be, right? That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't unsubscribe to me and say, "Oh, you're a sex." It's a joke. She's out in the kitchen. I don't know. I went and got bacon this morning, so I can make a bacon or little make it a bacon bagel, cheese, egg sandwich. The bacon was frozen, so it's out there thawing. So I don't know where she's at. I think she's in the kitchen. Any animal sightings lately? Yeah, I seen her yesterday walking down the walking street. That's what you do, right? You walk down a walking street. Um, you're always on walking street. Nah. Um, check out the short. Check out the short. I put up a short, right? I know people aren't into the shorts, but this one was cute. I'm walking down the street and I look over and I see this box. One box, and then there's a box on top of it, right? I see it moving. Like, what the heck is in there? What is that? Did somebody stick a dog, a cat? People will do that. Don't want dogs or cats. I'm standing there. All of a sudden, this little kid pops up. He's one of the street kids there that asked for money and stuff, and he pops up from under there. It was a cute. It was the funniest, cutest thing. Um, but yes, I saw Anna right around that area yesterday. So she's around. She's doing Anna things. But yeah, a lot of times with things like that, a lot of times, people, I've seen it here. I've seen expats. I wouldn't even really say expats, more like tours people. They give money to these people. And I'm telling you right now, hmm, some of these street beggars, there's one girl, walks up and down the street every day. I used to give her money until one day I decided, let me not give her money and see what happens. So she started cursing at me. I'm like, well, you're done. But this street beggar girl every day walks up and down. She'll come up to you and she'll tap you on the shoulder. She'll put her hand out, put her hand out, put her hand out. If you don't give her anything, she'll sit and go, uh, 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 tap you again. Uh. She'll continue to do that. She has moved on to the second phase of her game. First phase was give me money, I'm hungry. The second phase is tap you and uh, uh, uh. I've seen people stand there, reach in her pocket, give her money just to get her away from them because of her annoying uh, uh. And I tell you what, I guarantee you that girl makes more money because I've seen it. And there's locals that give her money. She makes more money than an educated college person, say, up at the mall in, working in one of the stores up there. I tend to give people, there are a handful of people that I will give money to because I know they're going to go eat. Um, Look, if she's around and if she has bags of fruit or if there's a vendor there, and I've done it too, buy them something. Rather buy them something. But yeah, they're professionals at that. I know I'm way behind. Where are we at here? Uh Wasachim. I guess that's how you say it. Hello from Salt Lake City. Recently finished the new state prison in the Marshes, just west of SLC. Bugs and mosquitoes are a nightmare. I hear they're having trouble staffing the place. Yeah, I know we were always at the prison at Graterford. We were always understaffed. Always. Um, in a way, it was good, but in a way, it was bad. What do I mean by in a way it was good? Because we were so understaffed, you had to fill those positions, on first shift, second shift, and third shift. All the overtime you wanted. All the overtime you wanted. Just sign up. They had a logbook there with dates, and you just wrote in which shift you wanted and everything like that. All the overtime. They called it the candy store because you could write your own check. It was crazy. But having to deal with bugs and mosquitoes now, Jesus, that would be a mess. It's funny because the old prison I worked in, there was. The new side had air conditioning, your chapel, different areas throughout the prison had air conditioning, but your main housing units, A block through E block, back kitchen area, back dining area, there was no air conditioning. And it would get hot. If it was 100 degrees outside, it was 110 inside. You figure you got 400, 500 inmates on one block, body heat alone. Oh, it was crazy. Where are we at? I'm sorry if I'm missing everybody here. I'm probably way off. Let me see. It's better to live in the Philippines, not in the USA. The rent is too high and the food too. You're correct, Richard. The biggest thing living in the Philippines is your rent. It's going to be so much cheaper. Even if you build a house, it's going to be so much cheaper. Food prices fluctuate. However, yes, it is cheaper in the Philippines. It's always a trade off. It's always going to be a trade off. Um, that's the way it is. But you can live here on X amount of dollars better than you can live on that same amount of dollars back in the states. It doesn't matter. You could be bringing in, you know, 10,000 US dollars a month. You live over here in the United or in the Philippines, and you're living like the super wealthy people on that kind of money. But you're correct. What happened to the peso over here? Uh, Fluctuates. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean, still at what do I have it running at 54. I just looked it up online and put down. Here it is coming up 54.92. All right, that is the what they're giving it to you at. Now, when you hit the street, I drove by today, it was 54.40. So you're not going to get that exact rate you see when you search it online. I, however, get a better rate than the street through my bank. Um, but I mean, it happens. Anything over 50 is good. You know, anything over 50. It says it's against the law to give them money. You are correct, Ed. It is against the law to give street beggars money. It is. But people do it. Even Filipino people do it. I've seen it many a times. Filipino people will come up and give other Filipino people money. It is technically against the law, but so are many other things here. It's just a matter of do they enforce it? Will they enforce it? Like I said about them e-bikes, they're against the law to drive on main highways and main roads, including MacArthur Highway. Do they do it? Yep, see it every day. However, it is against the law, but do they enforce it? No, nah. And I find it funny because you got some expats. I obey every law of the Philippines, every law. Well, you don't intentionally try to break the law here, but they have so many different laws here. Uh, you kind of do it by, and what's that? There's no excuse or no ignorance for the law. I forget how that works, but sometimes you just can't. I mean, here's how that works with a trike. I was told if there is public transportation for you to use to get point A to point B on a highway, you use that. If there is no public transportation on a highway to get from point A to point B, then you can use your e-trike. That's how I was told. Um, Others will argue. There's people out there that will argue with you. If if the wall is blue and everybody sees that wall is blue, there are people out there that will argue with you that it's pink. That's just how they are. You can't teach stupid, right? Um, but yes, it's the way it is. WTF? Going on with the haircut and the tattoos. Why do you want to look like a criminal when you're not? Paul, I did a video. Let me put it down here. It's in the comment section. Paste. Check out the video. I just pasted it down below. It was a prank I did on some expat friends of mine and stuff. It is not tattoo, it's henna. It will eventually wear off and wash off. Um, I don't know as far as the haircut. I don't know why. I guess I can say, why does everybody have the haircut the way they have the haircut? It's personal choice. It's what you want. If I let my hair grow, people are, oh, you're bald. You look stupid. You're bald. Shave it off. It's personal choice. I mean, look at Ed Lippett. Look at his hair, right? I could jump on Ed Lippett and ride him about his haircut, right? Just personal choice. That's all it is. Robert says, Robert in Mindanao. We miss Pennsylvania. Might go back in a few months. Yeah, it's good to go back. It's good to go back to visit. I mean, I went back, visit, tried to do my medical thing, and of course, that didn't happen. Uh, but yeah, I another thing, I talk to people that they're at the age to retire, and they want to retire. The foreigner wants to retire, but the wife don't. So it's like some people are stuck with, they're stuck in that situation. Um, I always say, come to a happy agreement. 6 months here, 6 months back in the states or wherever you're from. But there's guys like that. Matter of fact, I ran into one guy. He came over here. He goes, yeah. He goes, I married a Filipino, worked in the states. We all worked. Retired. I wanted to come here. She didn't want to. He goes, I'm here. I'm here. So that happens too. It happens. I'm sorry. Let me go down here. I know I'm just talking. Where are we at? Let me go down. All right, I'm all the way at the bottom. If you jump on mine, my wife will come after. If you jump, if you jump on mine, my wife will come after you. She cuts it. All right, Ed. Ed, I love your hair. It's beautiful. Tell Urasawa she does a great haircut. Yeah. Uh, Erwin says in Cebu waiting electric bill tomorrow. How much was yours? I have to ask Lut. We have Angeles City Electric Company, and they set the price. There's nothing you can do. You cannot leave Angeles City Electric Company and go over to, Joe's Electric Company, which also provides service within Angeles City, or Ed Lippett's Electric Company, which also provides service within Angeles City area. There's one electric company only in Angeles City. So therefore, when you monopolize an area, which they have, you got to pay their price. You have to pay their price. If you say you don't have the opportunity to shop around, you can't shop around. Back in the States, you can shop around, find a cheaper rate in your area. Um, Here, you can't. You get what they provide. All right. Now, as far as power staying on, they're pretty good about that. When power does go off, they're pretty quick about responding and getting it back on. However, you pay it. You go 5 miles down the road and you're in Daul, Mabalacat City area. All right. Mabalacat, yeah. Um, Different electric company. Uh, I have a friend who's in a bigger house than mine, and his electric is over half of what mine is. I think ours got down to, I think the latest time was like 13,000 pesos. You're looking at 200 bucks. 200 bucks, and you don't. Here's your choice. Don't run air conditioning, don't run a fan, don't run TVs, don't run anything. Set box and a hot box. Now, Filipinos do it all the time. All the time. Matter of fact, neighbor across, well, right here, they have a fan. They do it all the time. But as Westerners coming from other countries, we're spoiled, right? We're spoiled. Can you do it? Sure, you can do it. I did it down in the province. 6 months. 6 months, no air conditioning, just a fan. I'm here. I survived. It's the creature comforts of that you want. But yeah, Ed says his is 5 to 6. That's good. It's a little over $100. So yeah, where are we at? Let's. I get talking. I get talking. Somebody talking about Starlink. Yes, Starlink is out here. Um, I don't. I personally don't know anybody that has Starlink, um, but I know it's available here. And guys, if I was out in the middle of the province, say I was down where Lut province is, and half the time you can't even get a signal unless you climb a coconut tree, right? And get on that coconut tree and hold your phone and stand on one foot and grab a rod. They don't have internet, um, reliable internet. I would have it out there. I would definitely, if you plan to move out in the middle of nowhere in the Philippines, um, I would invest. If you want internet and you like being online, you know, watching Philly in the Philippines, right? Um, just being online and watching movies and things like that. Yeah, I would invest in a Starlink if you're out in the middle of nowhere. Um, to me, it'd be well worth the money. And I would, if I moved out in the middle of nowhere, I would have it. Uh, been there, done that, huh? Try taking a cold shower every day here in the province. I've been there. I've done it. Uh, you get out in the provinces and stuff, and you know they don't have hot water, and you can purchase hot water heater box and everything, but now you're plugging it in, you're running electric. When you're out in the province, they don't have much money. They want to save money. They don't want to spend that extra money on electric for a hot water heater. So, boy, you get out there, and I remember down at where Lutz province here, she would another thing they would make. They didn't have a gas stove and they didn't have an electric stove. That's extra money. They cooked, actually built a fire like the caveman days, built a fire and cooked everything on the fire, every meal, every day, 7 days a week. So what they would do is they would get the water, they put it on the fire and get that water real hot. All right. I'd go downstairs. There was a block area. I had this block area built, and there was a big tub of water there that was cold water from the spigot. And then I would dump that hot water in there to get that hot water or to get that cold water warm. And then I would take my tabo bath, right? But many a times here too, especially in the summertime when it's really, really hot, I don't even use the hot water. I just boom, I turn it on. But yeah, took many of cold showers. Uh, I know exactly what that's like. Yeah. Uh, Bruce Brenner says Gadget Addict has a video on Starlink in the Philippines. There it is, guys. If you want to know about Starlink in the Philippines, check it out. I'm sure there are other people because somebody sent me a link about it. So there are other people that are using it, and when I seen it, boy, they were getting great uploads and download speeds. So yeah. Mike Foodie, have you been to Poppy's restaurant yet? I like to try their Brazilian ribeye. No, we haven't been up there yet. We will get up there eventually. I want to try the sausage gravy. Reno, Dave. That does an answer your question too. Let me ask Philly. Mark, Philly, what about solar? I see people here with solar. I don't know much about it. I couldn't tell you how much it runs. I haven't really checked into it. I haven't really wanted to know about it because I'm the kind of person until I'm really interested and say I want it, I'm not going to really check into it. And that's the thing. I People ask me questions, right? I'm not going to give you fake information or false information like some people do. That's not what I do. If I don't know, I'm going to tell you I don't know. You know, That's how I work. So as far as the solar, we've known people here that have it, and they like it. Total investment, I don't know how much it runs, because like I said, I haven't had the need to find out. Like I said, there's like I've always said, you got to watch who you're taking your information from. Once again, you can't teach stupid. Um, some people will tell you the wall is pink, even though it's black or blue, and everybody else says it is, but you can't teach stupid. So, like I always said, always also don't take the word of one person. Always do your own investigation. I found that out pretty quick here with directions. I'll go up to somebody, hey, where's this? And that saving face thing that's here, they'll say, oh, down the road there, down the road. Well, you get down the road and it's not there. So you always ask multiple people, where's this, where's that? And do your own research. You know, go online, do some research. Um, but yeah, as far as that, I can't really help you out with that. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna feed you a bunch of BS about it because I don't know. Um, I know. Get out there and find out, right? uh, no, R3D2. No, it's not. Here, I'm gonna post the link again. Paste. I pulled a prank on some of my buddies, some of my expat friends, and then of course Hannah Grace and Bing Bing. I did a video about it. I just put the link to it. When you have time, check it out. All right. Great to meet you before on Walking Street. I'm the guy that lived there 10 years before. Greg. Uh, Greg, don't take this the wrong way, Greg. Um, if I met you, it was great to meet you. You say we met. We probably did. But I meet so many people, and I'm not saying this to, be better than anybody else or anything like that, but I meet so many subscribers every day. Um, and every week, I'm better with faces. If I see your face, it's like, oh, yep, I remember it. But here's what's weird. Yesterday, I'm walking down, and somebody stops. Hey, Philly, and I turn. Hey, how you doing? And we're talking a little bit, and I said, have we met before? He's like, no, no. I said, well, your face looks very familiar. He's like, no, no, we've never met. And so we talked a little bit, and I excused myself, and I said, I'll be back through with Lut. So we came back through, and we stopped, and we talked a little more. Then we kept, then we left. And Lut said to me, did we meet him before? I'm like, no. He says we didn't. So sometimes some people's faces are so, they look like other people I've met before. This guy I could have swear I met before, but I meet so many people. I'm better with faces, right? I'm better with faces. Even any water pressure, ever any water pressure issues there? Yeah. Uh, that's why I always say, if you go to look, say you're apartment hunting and you go into a place, I always say, turn the water on, check the water pressure, because sometimes you can go in there and that water pressure is terrible, and then you're trying to fight to take a shower and you get a few drips on you. It's like anything else. If I'm taking a shower and look turns on the washer, yes, the water pressure is going to drop. Um, but always check when you go into apartments and turn two or three of them on. See what it looks like. But yes, there are issues with water pressure. But always check. I say always check. My last my last job was in Jenkintown, and we lived in Lansdale. Robert, do you remember? I used to go to Lansdale. They used to have a motorcycle show there every year. I think it may have been around the fall or towards the end of summer. But I know where Jenkintown is. I know where Lansdale is. I know that area. Where are we at here? Mitch Bromwell. How you doing, Mitch? Still waiting for you to hop on that rocket and get over here. Starlink is available for use in the Philippines as required to pay a total of 29,320 pesos or $532 for the satellite internet system hardware. Monthly fees are currently listed at 2,700 or about 50 bucks. There it is. That's what I heard also. Around 500 to purchase the equipment outright. You got to purchase it. And then of course you have your monthly fee like any other internet carrier, television carrier uh, out there. Name the best hotel to stay with pool. Brian Holtzman. In this area, once again, it boils down to what you're willing to spend. If money is not an object, there's you got the ABC Hotel has a nice pool up top. Even though I've never been there, see many photos of it. Um, Tried to go in there and vlog it, but they said no, we don't. We no. But if you stay there, you can vlog it. They don't need promotion. They've been around a long time and they've got enough money without my promotion. They got a nice pool up there. Central Park has a nice pool. All your Candy Tower, well, Candy Tower, yes, Candy Towers has nice pools. Rooftop, ABC Rooftop, Candy Palace Rooftop is also Central Park. Uh, I can't think. I mean, there's some nice pools here, nice pools. And then you got like your cheaper pools that you don't have to pay. A lot of the pools, if you want to use them, they may have a consumable fee where you got to pay X amount to go up and use it, but you get it back in money. I we go over to Premier Hotel. It's not a big fancy pool. Um, we taken the girls there. I think 150 pesos. That is non-consumable, but they have a nice restaurant. You can eat there and hang out for the day. But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of places. All like I said, all depends on your wallet. But I would say, Candy Towers has nice one. ABC has a nice one. All depends on how much you're looking to spend to stay at the hotel. And I'm sure there's many, many more. I don't vlog pools. You know what I'm saying? I know where Phoenixville is at. Yes, I know exactly where Phoenixville is. Oh, where are we at? Richard, Phil, what do you think about Lisa Presley's? What do I think about Lisa Presley? Died Elvis. Don't don't have just $1. He has other kids there. One son who lives in Texas. His name is Thomas Presley. You can watch him on YouTube. Well, that's first I heard about that. I mean, I don't know. I never really knew that. Of course, everybody knows Lisa Marie. Did he have other kids? I don't know. I mean, you say he does. I guess he does. Um, but never really knew that. Where are we at? Which is right. Launching two rockets, 3/17/2023 from Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Thumbs up. God bless everyone. Back to work on these rockets. All right, Mitch. Have a good day if you're leaving, and hop on one of them rockets and come over here. My son went to the school there at the Old Valley Forge Christine Academy. Yeah, there's a Valley Forge military academy there. If that's what you're talking about, Ed, the old Valley Forge Military Academy. I stick with PLDT. It's been good for me. Yeah, people like PLDT. It's all in what you like and what works for you. We have PLDT here. We have Globe. We have Smart. We have all that, but we have the Converge. You're never gonna get the speeds and reliability as back in the states, but you got to work with what you have, right? So yeah, where's Lut? Lut, let me see if we get Lut out here. What do you think is the hardest thing for a person to overcome when coming there? Uh, Guys, the biggest thing here is patience. You got to have patience. Things here move at a everything. Wait, no, let me correct that. Oh, I wanted to know if you want to come out and say hello then. Um, can you give me a bottle of water? My throat's sore. Um, Let me correct myself. Not everything moves at a slow turtle pace here. when you drive, when you drive, people fly like maniacs. All right, they go from a turtle's pace to getting on a motorcycle to getting in a car or a trike or whatever to fly at 100 miles an hour like a madman in and out of traffic and stuff to get to the next place where they will get off their vehicle or get out of their vehicle and move like a turtle. Um, Coming here, that having to, you just got to be patient. Things move slow. You go to a bank. What would take you back in the States or wherever 5 minutes in and out can take a half hour easily or longer. Um, Checking out at grocery line. Things just move at a slow pace here. Um, that's really, I mean, I've been here and going on 8 years and things still kind of irk me, but I've learned to not put myself in that position to where it bothers me. You know, before I found another bank, and I won't give my secret away. Um, I'd walk into a bank, and if there's a bunch of people in there, I knew it was going to take at least an hour. I walk out. Even grocery stores. I've walked into grocery stores where I needed like one or two things, and it's packed the line, and that moves so slow. Um, I just kind of leave, walk away. But I think patience. Ed, what do you think? Ed Lippett, you've been here a while. Other people that have been here a while, what do you think? I mean, what do you think is, to overcome? Hardest thing as for a person to overcome. I guess everybody has their own limits, right? Their own things that they feel are hard to hard or difficult to watch or to deal with. You know what I mean? JLB is an asshat and a conspiracy nut bar. JLB, what do you think is probably Ken and Subic? You've been around. What do you think is the hardest thing to overcome here as an expat? Is it trying to deal with a JLB? Do you suggest getting a G card? Just curious. Explain to me, what is a G card? Maybe I think of it. Maybe it's something else. I'm thinking a G card. The Ghost of Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you. If you didn't check out the video, why my face is like that, there's the link to it. If you did, thank you for watching. Nosebleed. Oh, yeah, nosebleed. Nosebleed. That's another one. People get nosebleed. What is nosebleed? I guess the best way to describe it is you ask somebody a question and then they have a nosebleed. They can't talk to you, or they don't want to talk to you, or they're afraid, or not afraid. They don't want to talk to you a lot of times because they don't want to feel embarrassed that their English pronunciation is wrong. You know what I mean? But yeah, nosebleed. Uh, traffic, definitely the traffic in the hospitals are the hardest thing to deal with. Yes, yes. Heat, guys. If you can't, GCash. If you can't deal with the heat, get out of the kitchen. Right, the old saying: if you can't deal with the heat in the kitchen, get out. Right, because it gets hot here. It does, unless you're in Baguio. It gets hot here. Do a GCash account. I have. If you're not familiar with what a GCash account is, it's an app you install on your phone. All right. With that, you can I go to 7-Eleven and I give them, say, there's a little kiosk you got to go up, punch your information in, how much you want to put on your GCash. It's kind of like a, I guess like a debit card you can almost get say. Uh, then you go pay the cashier, and then that the amount goes on to into your GCash. You go onto your app in your phone, and if you have 10,000 pesos in there, you can pay an electric bill, a water bill. You can even purchase things here. You can go to the mall. We accept GCash, and beep beep beep. It takes that money out of that GCash account that you have. Um, I guess it's like a debit card, right? You put money into your bank account, you got a debit card. Um, Once you've used all that money up, you got to put more in it. I use it, and I only have like 1,000 pesos on it, and I only use it to put loads on my phone, or loads on my identification sticker for when I go onto the NLAX where it deducts money um, on the toll road. I'm hearing stories now about GCash and people's money disappearing. Um, I guess it's up to the people. Then I've heard people that they have no problem with it, but you could always be that one person, right? I guess it's up to the individual. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. At least with my bank account, my debit card or whatever, if something's taken out of there, I'm going to find out where it's taken from. I get notifications every time I use my debit card. Purchase was done here, a withdrawal was done. I get those notifications. GCash, your money could disappear and somebody could scam you out of that money. If I'm not mistaken, I do get a notification when I purchase like a load for my phone. I will get a notification. But I always say with GCash, how's your money being protected? How is your money being protected? Through the bank, it can be protected. Through GCash, how's it being protected? And I've heard some bad stories here recently about it. But it's up to you. It's up to the person. Me personally, 1,000 pesos. That's all I keep on there. Do you use an app to pay on your phone? Not an actual card. So, do you use the app? I use the GCash app to put a load on my phone. Here in the Philippines, you'll hear load. I'm going to put a load on my phone, a load on my phone. Um, do they have contracts like an AT&T and all them here? I think they do. Like back in the States, you might do like a 2-year contract with AT&T, Verizon, all that. I think they do have them here, but for the most part, people have a phone they bought, just a regular phone they bought. There's no contract, no nothing. You get a SIM card from either Globe or Smart. They're the two I know. Put that SIM card in there. You have your number. In order for me to use my Globe SIM card, I have to buy a load. 100 pesos, 20 pesos, 1,000 pesos. You have to put a load. In other words, you got to pay to use that SIM card in your phone. And yes, you can use the GCash app to put loads on your phone. I do it all the time. Um, so yeah, you'll see that. You'll hear that here. Um, have you talked about SIM registration? No, I have not. I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it. I always said, yes. How are you going to get these people out in the provinces to register? You know, um, yes, I am aware of it. Yes, no, I haven't done it yet. Yes, I will do it. Um, but it's going to be interesting how they're going to get everybody to uh, to register their phone. And they say, oh, when you register your phone, you're not going to get the spam stuff. Well, I got a buddy that's registered. He goes, I get more spam now than I did before when I didn't register. So where are we at here? There it is. I know people whose money disappeared on GCash. So there it is. Yeah. I don't trust it. I just don't. I got a buddy that we eat breakfast with, and he always uses GCash to pay for his breakfast because, like I said, you can use it in the mall. You can use it at restaurants. They're all now accepting GCash. You'll see it. And every time he goes to bill out, I always tell him, put it on my buddy's GCash account. Yeah. Bar fine prices. Yeah, you wonder if you could bar fine using GCash, right? I would not put it past people. I would not put it past people. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Because I can, if I have GCash, right? And let's say Ed Lippett has GCash. I can send Ed money to his GCash account through my GCash account. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I could imagine, it, it could be done. It could be done. Uh Trade Red Horse for bar fine. Hey Phil, do you still pay 2-month visa to stay there or more? Richard, no, I'm on what's called a 13A visa, which is a permanent resident visa, like a spousal visa. If you're married to a Filipino, you can get a 13A if you're living here in the country, and that's what I'm on. I've been on it now for the past, I don't know how many years now. Um, Once a year, I got to do an annual report. I got to go down to the BI. Here I am, and they take my ID. I pay them. I think it's 310 pesos roughly. They give me a receipt that says I pay, and that's it. Out the door I go. So no, your 2-month visa extensions are like a tourist visa. I'm not on a tourist visa, 13A visa. So a good question. Some people they don't know, and you got to watch because 13A visas they can be tricky. They change things every day. We always say this. Things are always changing every day. I can walk into a bank today. I can open up a bank account as an expat here. Tomorrow I can, or the next day somebody else could walk into the bank and they could shoot them down. Everything changes here. It's weird. It's make it up as we go, right? Took me 2 years to get my 13A because of COVID. Yeah, with the 13A also, guys, so the first year, well, first of all, 13A, your spouse applies for you. She's petitioning you, sort of like the opposite of a K1, where you petition your fiance to come to the States. She petitions you, you fill out paperwork. It's been a while since I did it. And like I said, things change. But this is how it was when I went. You fill out paperwork, you got to get an MBI clearance. If you've had a divorce, you got to prove that. We had to go to an attorney to get a notarized seal on some type of form. Like I said, can't remember it exactly. Then we had to we had to set up an appointment down in Manila for an interview. Like I said, things change. I didn't need a physical. Somebody now is running around saying you need a physical, which is BS. You don't. You do not need a physical. Once again, false information, fake news, as I call it. Um, didn't need it. And I spoke to somebody who recently did it, and they said, no, you don't need it. Um, but you're on probation for a year. For a year, you had that 13A visa probation. Then after a year or before a year comes up, you reapply, do the same thing you did the first time, and then boom, you become a permanent resident. So that's how that works. Like I said, things change though. But 13A, I think mine took like 3 months, maybe something like that. Real easy to do. 119 people in here from Portugalera. Is there a lot? A lot of hotels that can be rented when you show up, or should you book? Definitely book in advance. Portugalera, I would think. mm, Portugalera. There's a lot of hotels, places to stay in Portugalera. If you're staying down by White Beach, a lot of places. I would say during the week, if it's not if school's not out or it's not a holiday, guys, remember if you're here, stay away from every holiday place there is come Easter. It's crazy. If you're going to go down during the week and it's not a holiday and the kids are in school, I would say you could probably show up in Porto Galera and get yourself a hotel. Uh, Plan to go the weekend to be on the safe side. I would maybe book in advance. Um, and also, a lot of times, you can use Agoda and all the other ones, um, and get their price. But a lot of times, you can contact these resorts and hotels. They might have a Facebook or they might have a website. You can contact them directly and ask them, listen, I'm coming down such and such a date. What kind of deal can you give me? A lot of them will give you a better deal than say Agoda. So you can also contact them directly. We do it all the time. Um, I think during the week you should be safe, but I haven't been down there, so I don't know how busy it is. Yeah. Uh, a house. What about a house? Can they be rented 1 or 2 months at a time in Porto Galera? Frank Love, I don't know. I mean, you would have to. I can't give you that answer. I'm not going to give you a f- you know a f- something some BS answer to make it look like I know everything. And there's a lot of people out there that are now. I wouldn't say a lot. There's a handful of people that are know-it-alls. Um, when we stay in Sabang, we've stayed at Jack Daniels apartment or either way, it's called Jack Daniels apartments or something. We could rent those rooms there. You can rent by the month, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Some places allow you to rent months at a time. I know of them. Are there others? There could be. There could be. Um, but I can't really help you out with that. You can always contact places and just, ask them. Let me see. Hang on a second. Let me check on Lut. See what she's doing. Talk amongst yourselves. Mingle amongst yourselves. All right. She'll be here in a little bit. She'll be here. Jack Daniels in your video. I'm looking for an area a little further away from downtown. Let's got wet head. Uh, yeah. At Farang Love, contact, contact places. Maybe Airbnb, look up Airbnbs, things like that. Oh, there's Lit. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Where are we at here? All right. This is question and answers, guys. You throw the questions out, I may have the answer. Did you ever go to Sherrigal Island? Yes. Frank Love, yes. We were there probably at least 5 years ago now. Um, Beautiful down. Lutz family, she has a lot of family there on Sherrigal Island. We went there, I think, like almost 2 weeks we stayed there. Rented a little place with a kitchen and bedroom and hung out outside. What is that area? General Luna. Um, we didn't went in and out of General Luna all the time, but we didn't necessarily stay in General Luna itself. But beautiful down there. I mean, it did some island hopping down there. Um, had a big old feast down there with Lutz family. Swam in the ocean. What else did we do? Went to some underwater cave that you went through. Just a relaxing time there. Sharga Island. Went out to that's where Lut surfed. I have quite a few videos on Sharga Island. Uh, that's where my wife Lut surfed for the first time, and she loved it. Really nice here. Uh, Very laid back and relaxing area. I had talked about going back this year, but I think we got something else planned. Is it similar to Sabang? Nah, Sabang's different. Sabang is different from where are we at here? From Sherga Island. Definitely different. Sabang's diving. That's all it is. Sherga Island and General Luna area, it's all about surfing. For Sabang, that whole area is about diving. All right, there she is. There's Lut. Lut is going to join you guys. He's going to talk. What are you doing this year? Ed, you stay tuned. You stay tuned. I can't give away everything, right? All right, Lut. Yep. Yep.
Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, I'm not even finished on my face yet. So where should I start over here? Right in the bottom. Okay, right in the bottom, according to my boss. Hi, Pili. I think you skipped my comment. What is your comment, Glenn Dawson? Good. She is on two. Yeah, right. Hello, George. Yeah, George. Hello. No, not really. I do a little bit kind of I heard that a lot because my mom, no, my actually my father, my father sister married with a Ilonggo guy, man, and then they live in our area before in our hometown. So we are neighbors. So I always like heard him talking. I do understand quite a bit, little, but not all of them. It's not like it's very big different in like it goes to like Kapampangan words because I can speak Kapampangan a little bit too, but they can't like talk behind my back because I completely understand all of them. Like it's just I just can't I don't really speak that Kapampangan words all the time because over here most of the time they use it like a Tagalog. So but I do understand them. Like it's also like good thing when you have a friend that who really raised and born over here. Because before when I was just started, I don't know anything. She's the one who taught a lot. If I don't understand, I told her, "What is this? What is the meaning of this?" And she's the one who teach me until like eventually it take me like 2 years actually before I finally understand all of their words. Hello, Steven Carson. Mr. Texas, show your tattoo. Oh, that's not tattoo. It's a henna. You know what is this, right? You know why I put this? Any update on a Abacan Bridge, people, Mr. Texas? I don't know about it. I think Brian is the one who are going to give you an update about it since he's the one who always goes there. Okay, okay. Parang Love said next question. Exactly, right? What is the next question? What's tattoo on arm say? Oh, this one? Are you repairing from this one or are you repairing for this one? This one is on my channel. That is my channel's name. Asher, As. Hello, Louisa from London. Oh, that would be nice to go in London. You should have streaming on your blog. Oh, I do live. Oh, yes, tomorrow is my live. It is like Friday, then I do tomorrow because my girl's in there. They have class, so he can join also on my blog. But I do, no, live every Saturday and 8 p.m. Oh, 8 a.m. in the morning over here in the Philippines. Huh? EM. Yeah, morning, right? EM. Oh my God. You see that? Oh, he always criticize you all the time. Wow. Oh, see, but Choi is on my side. Uh, let's say, let's put this way, 8 in the morning, Philippine time. Oh, Timki lives in Leyte, not Siargao. True. Siargao is where my family came from. A lot of them from my mom's side. Like I think all my mom's side was came from there. Eventually, they're not really came from like Siargao, as in Siargao, where the capital city or where the surfing capital is. They originally came from Socorro, where like you need to ride another boat, like it's another island. But I don't know what happened when my grandfather decided to live down in like Siargao, but they're very far, far a little bit from General Luna. Shut out to R3D2. He said, shut out. Oh, shut out from R3D2 from Chicago. Chicago, USA. Is it right? Chicago? Ah. Why do we live in Angeles City? Because if you ask my opinion, Angeles City has a lot to offer from this far so far. There is a lot of convenient that actually a lot of place you can't find that yet. However, I choose to live over here since like Hana, they have a good school over here, and also they has a good hospital. They has kind of big groceries you can go. They also has a big like a variety of food. Now you see, like I don't know, Brian don't really mind about living in the but I don't really like. Listen, I left in my hometown when I was 13. When I was 13, I don't really stay over there. I like roaming around. Like that's the first time I ever goes to Manila. So I don't really usually grow up like living in my hometown forever or like forever. I just lived down there when I was 13 and then I go back maybe I was like 22. It's take long enough for me to go back over there. So it's not really my, I don't know. It's just maybe I don't have any idea, but I just can't like do over there long enough. I don't see myself like living in my hometown. There's always rain over there. Espa, they have like it comes to bear. And in my hometown right now, until now, it's still raining. They're always suffering like 4 months of raining. That most of the time they get only raining down there. They'll always have brown out like 4 times a week. So I don't really like to deal with that kind, and it's kind of farther in the hospital too. So like 45 minutes or 1 hour before you can enter the nice hospital, or if you have emergency. So it's not really my so far, but I like living over here in Angeles so far, but eventually we're looking for place where we can settle down, where when we get older. Kevin Agni, love it now when some correct your English like Hannah used to. Yeah, they always like correct me all the time, right? Kevin Agni, congratulations to Sam for being perfect. Yeah. When she came home, as I said in my video, she don't even um put her a bag yet, and she had handed me over the piece paper. And when I seen that one, it's just like I hug her. I was so happy that she got the perfect exam. Like it's very rare. It's rare, but I'm very proud of her. As I said, some of like the ano also there's like you should not compare. I don't compare the two of them because they have very big different IQ, and they have uh, different, but I try my best, or I try our best to love them equally and give them equally. Oh, may pinya, papaya. Cebu City is beautiful. Yeah, that's what I heard. I only been to Cebu at Oslo, and I don't really been to Cebu City where you can stay there. We been Cebu, but in no, airport. Mactan, yeah. Airport, and also the bus station where we ride bus bus go to Oslo. But we just that the place we've been in Oslo, it's very pretty. I think that's for me. It's like one of the prettiest also over here in the Philippines. It's just like the beauty of it, the nature, the beauty of the ocean was so cool and very pretty. There's a lot of things you can do too over there. Aris, you're so confused. Did Hannah Biotech father register her birth with no? That's on my last name. That's I registered it on my last name. Maayong buntag lot. You know, how could they registered her if you don't even know and they left you without knowing? Kevin Agni, no. Because you know Hannah's school has a lot of rules to follow. They're very prohibited of that one. I think even though in public, they're not allowed to do that. The lechon the lechon wall shark in Oslo is delicious. Ah, serious? You can eat them. I don't think so. I never heard that when I was in Oslo. I don't really think so. I don't know, but I never heard it when I was in Oslo. For some perfect score, tell her you buy her a tattoo. Oh, I think that's good for fun, right? That's good for fun, but she hate it. Hey Brian, how are you? From Robert N.
Good.
Where is my lovely husband? Over here. He will be joining me later on. Are you going to join now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I gotta cook.
All right.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much, and stay. Have a nice day. I gotta cook breakfast for my boss. Okay, have a good day. Stay safe and stay healthy. Stay safe and ow. Nah. You're so mean.
Ah, all right.
I gotta cook your breakfast.
Yes,
Now.
yes.
Do you have
What do you need?
100 is gonna buy egg.
Oh, we don't have eggs?
Oh, you have eggs. Oh, 20 pa.
All right.
Okay.
That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm right here, Eric Howard, Houston. How you doing? Can you, Brian, still travel easily to the USA? I can. She can't. She would need a special visa, tourist visa, which are they give them out, but I've heard so many people not get approved for them. She could apply for permanent resident back in the States, but for her just to hop on the plane with me, it's not happening. It's sad because, we got married in the States. She's been to the States. But no, she just can't hop on a plane. 215. Yeah, the 215. I know I said zip code in my video, but it's the area code. 215 area code. Oh, yeah. I'm getting hunger. Maybe the ice cream man will come by. Yeah, I want some ice cream. 10 o'clock in the morning, right? Yeah. How many people? 93 people here. Guys, here, I'm going to put the link down below again. Paste. That's the link to the video. That'll explain everything about the henna on my face and 215 on my head. Is Look cooking your breakfast sandwich looks great, but Sam looks confused because Lutz not put rice with it. Yeah. We've gone to a couple friends of ours already had we went to their place and there was no rice on the table and they looked confused, like, where's the rice? Ubi ice cream. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, let's talk about the circus coming to town before I wrap this one up. The circus has come to town, right? I'm going to tell us something that happened here. Few months back, quite a while back, all right, we'd gotten invited to meet some people, all right? And we went to meet these people, all right? Sort of like the circus, right? When you hear the circus is coming to town, what draws you to the circus? The clowns, the trapeze artists, the high wire walking people, the horses. You know what I'm talking about. The tall man, the short man, the bearded lady. You know what I'm talking about. It's something that draws you to the circus, right? And you go to the circus and you're excited to get to the circus, right? But what if you get to that circus and like half of the acts are no good? What if the trapeze guy is always falling off? What if the clowns aren't funny? But what if, the lions are great and half of the act is good and half of the act is just terrible? All right. So then you get invited back to the circus. All right. Hey, the circus is coming to town again. Come join the circus. You get an invitation to come join the circus, right? The freaks. Yeah, Randy, the freaks. Would you go back to the circus? If you've seen the circus once and you've seen half of it was a disaster, would you go back to the circus again? You know, like I said, we were invited to meet a couple here months ago. And after a while, you're like, half this circus is no good. The other half is pretty good, And we got invited again from a couple to go see the circus again. Seen it once, don't need to see it. Yeah, the circus comes to town, and why do you go to the circus? And would you go back to see the circus if half of it was no good? You still have that funny cake and cotton candy, Kevin AG? I missed that, huh? We have cotton candy here. We have cotton candy here. You can get it at the mall. They'll make you a flower. They'll make you all these different cool designs, But funnel cake, oh man, do I miss that funnel cake? You go to the circus, you get funnel cake, right? Or fairs. Every year, certain areas would have fairs, and man, street fairs and county fairs and city fairs. And I used to love to go to them for the food. And then they started, what was it, deep frying Oreos? You ever hear of that? Some of you guys have probably heard of it. And a Philly cheesesteak, a good Philly cheesesteak. But yeah, the Oreos, deep fried Oreos. Oh yeah, I miss the hot street pretzels. Hot street pretzels. You could get them at some fairs and some of the circuses too. Throw that French's. It has to be French's yellow mustard on that. Oh man, do I miss that? Oh yeah, Philly cheesesteaks. They have them here. I've had some that are they're pretty good, but they're never gonna meet the standard of a real Philly cheesesteak, right? People try. They do try, but they're just not. It's just there's always something missing. Deep fried Twinkies, yeah, that's another one. Deep fried Twinkies. Brian, you look so tough with those shades, bro. Jim, you know what? People always say, "Why are you wearing shades? Why are you wearing shades? You're inside." I have. Let me show you. I have these lights here. All right. There's two of them. One's up there. All right. They're Elgato studio lights to brighten up. Oh, let me get this centered. Let me center to brighten up when I'm here talking. Gives you more light, better clarity on the camera. They're bright. They're bright on my face. They're bright on my eyes. So that's a lot. That's why I wear them. I wear my sunglasses at night, right? Um, you remember that? Remember that song? But that's why I wear them. They hurt my eyes because I sit in front of the computer for hours every day, uploading videos and stuff. And they're Gators. They're Gator sunglasses. Gators. The best sunglasses I've ever owned in my entire life. They're not cheap. They are expensive, but I've never ever had a problem with losing sunglasses in my life. I wanted a pair of gargoyles when I was like 19, 20 years old because I think Arnold Schwarzenegger wore them in one of the movies. Somebody, one of them action heroes. I'm like, I love them glasses, but they were expensive. So I saved my money. I went out and bought them. I had them for years, years and years and years. So I'm not the kind of guy to lose my sunglasses, sit them on the floor, so because I know they're expensive. But the best pair of sunglasses I've ever owned here, these Gators. And guys, when you go out, that sun is bright. I mean, it's bright. It'll hurt your eyes. They do sell the cheap sunglasses on the street. The knockoffs and the Ray Bans and all them. Um, but I always say, man, get a good pair of sunglasses because your eyes are important. Plus, being diabetic, I have bad eyes now. Matter of fact, I wear one contact in one eye, and I don't wear a contact in the other eye because I need dual prescriptions on my glasses. So the contact in this eye allows me to see out further. No contact in this eye allows me to read in front of me. So I wear one contact. And the optometrist here the lady told me, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not going to hurt your eyes. But guys, sunglasses are very important here. The UV, what is it? UV lighting and all that. Yeah. Richard Dixon, do me and Lud have any kids? No, we have no kids. Not happening. It's not happening. Have you bought Twinkies yet at SM for monthly shopping and gave them to the girls to see what they think of American Twinkies? Kevin, it's like a hit or miss with the Twinkies. Um, Occasionally they have them, but me, I'm cheap. I'm a cheap Charlie. It's like, what? You want how much for a Twinkie? No, uh, no, thank you. Uh, but it's hit or miss with that. However, I've had subscribers in the past bring me tasty cakes. So they have tasted the tasty cakes and they do like them. And if they were ever to have tasty cakes at SNR, I'm buying them. I'm buying them. What's your favorite go-go bar in AC? It depends. Some of the clubs here, like, and I've said it before, Club XS and Avalon, they put on a show. Well, they all put on a show, right? Well, what do I mean by a show? And it's every night of the week, as far as I know. I think like 7 and 9, and maybe later on in the evening. It's been a while, but they put on a show. They have a big stage with lights and a big screen TV behind it. They have lasers, and the girls will put on a show. They'll do like theme shows. They could do like a culture show. They could do like an 80s pop show. They put on a nice show. I'm not going to say Vegas show, but Vegas style show. So I like going in there, and they change it up. They don't run the same show every night for a year. They change it up. The last time we were in there, it was a Chinese New Year's theme, and it was neat. They started on the street with the performance with fire breathers and everything and dragons, and then went into the club. So as far as shows go, I like Club XS and Avalon. They both have good shows. As far as, say, like, to me, like a bar or a club that I like going into that's laid back, that the music's not like like pumping and jamming and and you got to scream and holler just to talk to the person next to you and disco lights flying all over. None of that happening. The club I like to go, or the bar I like to go into is Champagne. They play music I like in there, and it's a variety. Those two, and of course, I'm not saying anything bad about any of the other clubs, but to me, those are the ones I like going to. I've been in probably three-quarters of them. Do we go out partying and drinking every day? No, we don't. Not every night. We don't do that. But maybe once every 2 months, we'll go out and we'll have a good time. We'll spend money. Matter of fact, Ludo call the girls down. We'll sit with them, buy them some drinks, so that way they get money. But we have a good time. But we don't do it every day. And a lot of times when we do go, we'll poke our head or we'll go sit in other clubs that we've never been in, and stop at other clubs we've been in. But to me, those are I like. Then you got the zombie bars. I call them the zombie clubs. You walk in there, the girls are up on stage. They look like zombies, right? There are also a lot of clubs here that put on live music. Your clubs with the entertainers, the female entertainers, and I don't know if I've ever been in one where they have live music. Um, but you also do have live music clubs here. They have bands in there and they play, and they're good. They're good. Um, what is it? Midnight Rodeo, I think, is one of them. There's quite a few of them. Um, unfortunately, I haven't been to many. But yeah, they're here. They're not all girl entertainment clubs. Where are we at? You're a grown man, Brian. Why are you drawing crap on your head, guy? You got a loose screw. Let me paste this here. Jim, there's a link to the video I just did, and that will explain everything to you. Why I did it, what I did it for. Um, we, why be normal? All right. First of all, it's henna. It's not real tattoo. I would never tattoo anything real on my face. um, why be different? I mean, why not be different? You know, the old saying, stay in your lane. Why? That's boring. Get out of your lane. But that video will explain everything to you. This will wash off. Well, it'll take a while to come off. Um, but that's why, Jim, I am a grown man. I made a grown man decision. But thanks for your comment, though. Uh, Band at Midnight Rodeo is fun and not overly loud. There it is. Yes, Scott P. Midnight Rodeo is still open. Now let's not, Robert. Let's not talk about Jim. Jim's just stating what he feels. That's the thing. You can state what you feel. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, I always tell people, hey, give me constructive criticism. Not I'm going to bash you criticism or things like that. But constructive criticism is good. Nothing wrong with that. It's kind of how you learn in life, right? How do you can make changes or whatever. Do you go to Wild Aces, the poker room there? No, Farang Love, but I do know where it's at. Never. I think I might have poked my head in there. I might have poked my head in there a few times. So, all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Look, check this out. You guys, check this out. Breakfast is served. Look at that. Look at that. We got some crispy bacon in there. We got some cheese in there. We got some, what else? We got some eggs in there. That is a sesame seed bun from Angel's Bakery that I ran down there and I bought this morning. Yeah, very good. Polar Berlinski. No, they are not. Let me post it here again. Check out this video. This is my latest video I did, and that'll explain the tattoos. But they're henna. So there it is, guys. I'm wrapping this 134. Once again, thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you for your comments. Remember, if you've been to the circus once and half of the circus was good, but the other half of the circus was terrible, and I mean terrible, why would you go back to the circus show again? So, all right, guys, with that, we will talk to you later.